Hello and welcome back to Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. My name is Q, this is Abe, this is Munch, and we have finally begun...
Hey, now you must help Lulu get rich. And your first victim is a greedy gluckin who's gonna turn this Mudokon village into a Rupture Farms meat ranch. He's holed up down there in the cave below. Force him to donate his moolah to the Lulu Fund and save the Meeps.
We have begun our attempt to make Lulu rich. So whether we can do it or not, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But as the shaman said, we have our first victim. And these levels that are coming up are my favorite parts of this game. Okay. And that is why you watch the road, children. I don't know if I can get out of here. Okay, good. Alright, so, what are we doing? Okay. Yep, hopefully, you watched the last video, and Abe and Munch made it to the Almighty Raisin, and he told them his plan of attack. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when Munch gets in, if Munch falls too far, I was gonna say when Munch gets in a cannon, but really it's if he falls too far, like right here, he bounces out of his wheelchair, and the farther he falls, the further he bounces out of it. So, Munch can, like if it's from this high, boom, no problem. Munch has got it. Okay. This level is hilarious, because we have the Meeps, which, if you watched, like, the first episode, is the icon I chose for... I'm not going to load, but it's for my save file. And there's another one here, but that was just my friend. So, yes, the Meeps. And now we're going to find out why they're here.
The Mudokon Meep herders are so depressed that they can't even herd their own meep. Gain their confidence by herding the meep back into their pens. You might want to try Munch in his wheelchair for this one.
So this part's a ton of fun. But basically you got these Meeps, which are one-eyed, one-legged fluff balls, which sound like sheep. And their name sounds like sheep, but they make noises when they walk around. So if I come down here, Munch falls out of his wheelchair, Abe falls on his face. But if I come over here,
Okay, listen up.
These guys don't listen to me. They're so depressed, they have shut out the outside world and gone into meditative states and won't listen to anything. Because right over here, there's a little fence, and on the other side, there are teeny tiny little slogs whose legs... Oh my goodness. Tree. Anyway, so there are all these tiny little slogs, which you can possess. If I can see, there we go. Okay, I'll turn up the volume so you can listen to their feet. It's just hilarious and ridiculous. Their tiny little legs go so fast, and they can hide inside spruce shrubs. You'll never know they're there, except for the little tail sticking out. But it's just so comical. Their tiny little legs. But so there, as you can tell, there are Mudokons on platforms and a bunch of well, not a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 chant circles over here, and there are 4 Mudokons by the fireplace by the Meep pen. So we can get 4 there, and there are a few Mudokons on these platforms. But I mentioned something a few episodes ago that when I possessed a slog, and then stopped possessing it, it didn't explode like sligs do. That only happens sometimes, as you can tell just now. And now I'm going to try and herd these Meeps, which is a little difficult because it takes them... They don't instantly run away. Like, you can get close and they'll be like, oh, and run away. So, it's a little difficult to get the Meeps where they need to go. But it's best to just work back to front. But anyway, so the possession explosion thing only happens a few times. But there's a transformer and a resurrection totem up here, so I'll show you those later. But anyway, yes. So I don't know why. I'm pretty sure all sligs explode when you stop possessing them. Actually, something I've never tried before, I don't know if you can possess the Meeps. I guess I'll go find out. But yeah, just randomly and only a few things won't explode when you stop possessing them. And I have no spoos. Guess it's time to climb the random pillar of spoos. There's a ton of spoos on this level. Oops. Because there are spoos locks. And the transformation totem. Okay. I didn't think so. You can kind of scoot them, but you cannot possess them. So, oh, another thing I just remembered. If I make a possession orb and pull the left trigger, I can get rid of it if I don't want it. And it kind of explodes. I'm just gonna hop up here real quick. Okay, so there's another mudokon here. So we already have more mudokons than we need if we can rally those mudokons back by the fireplace. And here we have the second transformation shrine, totem, whatever you want to call it. And it's just like the other one. It turns normal mudokons into tomahawkers. So when those transformation shrines, I'll call them transformation totems, when they first showed up, I said that there were two different kinds and then proceeded to only talk about one of them. So the other kind, which I don't know how long it'll be before we find one of them, but the second kind turns tomahawkers into mud archers, which we haven't seen yet, but they are awesome. They don't have bows and arrows, but they have guns. And they're like the sligs we've seen, the poppers, they've got like little pistols, but the mud archers have like machine guns. And they are, if you get a whole bunch of them, it's amazing. Speaking of a whole bunch, there are a whole bunch of Meeps here. And so just to show you, if I like charge in, then you get Meeps who wait until you're in front of them, and then they run, and then they're behind you. So that's why this part's a little difficult. It's just because you can't go too fast or you'll get Meeps running away. And it's easiest just to get them all in at once. But I love... They get so loud. So yeah, this part's pretty fun. It's not too hard and it's not too long. But I love the Meeps. They're hilarious. Come on, little Meepies. Get along, little Meepies. So close. Go, go, go. Come on, buddy. Both of you. Go on. Go on. Go on. I can't remember. We'll find out in just a second, though. What? I can't remember. And that is... Okay. Oh, don't close on Munch. Don't close on Munch. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it... I couldn't remember if it closed automatically.
Whoa! You actually did it! You herded all the Meep into their pen! So thrilling! Now what are you waiting for? Get those to help you get that Gluck Meep Rancher out of here. Don't forget to help out Lulu.
Okay, Munch is okay. I love the shaman. He's hilarious. Okay, so this game is so awesome because I really like the story, you know, because not only it's so unique. So not the almighty raisin isn't just like, all right, go give Lulu money and that's it. Because all the Gluckins are pretty evil and greedy. So as you can tell, come on camera, seriously, stop it. Thank you. No! Whatever. Anyway, so the Gluckins are not, they're not good. So they're basically, whenever we find a Gluckin and need him to donate money, he's probably in the middle of doing something harmful to the environment and the mudokons. So, it's our goal is twofold. Not only do we need the Gluckin to donate money to the Lulu Fund so that Lulu will be rich and we can get inside Viker's labs, but, this mudokon... This Gluckin, for example, is trying to make, steal the meeps and make a meat processing plant here. So, by donating his money, not only do we stop him, but Lulu gets more money and we get closer to being able to get into Viker's labs. So if you watched previous videos, you know that we're trying... The almighty raisin's pretty smart. So his plan is just so funny to me. It's ingenious. So Lulu starts the Lulu Fund, and I love the Daily Deception newspaper article about it with all the other Gluckins laughing at Lulu and what possessed him and all this stuff. But yeah, so Lulu is incredibly lazy, and if you watched other videos and saw the other newspapers, you know that the can of Gabiar is going to be auctioned. And guess where it's going to be auctioned? At Viker's Labs. So, Abe needs to get into Viker's Labs to save the labor eggs, if you saw that. I haven't played the other Oddworld games, the two before this one, so I don't know if labor eggs were in it. But they're definitely in this one. So there are a bunch of labor eggs, which are just unborn mudokons who are going to be born into slavery, pretty much. And on a side note, we have a bunch of tomahawkers, which is awesome. But anyway, so Abe, of course, it's terrible, and Abe wants to save the mudokons, so of course you gotta save the children. And so there are a bunch of them in Viker's Labs, which is why Abe needs to get in. How can he get in? Well, if you've got a very wealthy Gluckin. Actually, I don't think... Yeah, they aren't... You'll see. Anyway, basically, if Lulu gets enough money, Abe will be able to get into Viker's Labs. But he can't do it alone. He needs the help of Munch. And of course, Munch needs a bit of incentive to go back into Viker's Labs, considering what happened to him there. So, what's his incentive? The can of Gabiar, which is the last can of Gabiar, and it's the only remaining... Basically, it's Munch's last hope. He's the last Gabbit alive. All the other ones have been hunted to extinction for their lungs. And now Munch is wanted because the Gluckin Queen is... she developed some sort of cough, and now she needs new lungs, and so now... Munch is wanted for his lungs. but Munch. Yes, Munch. He... You know, the can of Gabiar is his last hope. If... Oops. Ah, well. So if he can get it, you know, he can raise the Gabbits, and if you saw the video, there were 250 eggs. I'm really surprised that worked. That's really weird. I love the feet. Anyway, there were 250 eggs, and so hopefully that's plenty enough to revive the Gabbit species. Now I think I got all of these slogs that are down at the bottom of this ramp, and I just told you to follow me, buddy. Come on. I honestly don't know where all of the mudokons are here, so, you know, I don't need to go exploring around for every last one, because I already should have plenty. And you'll see why I need all of these in the next episode, because this one's gone on for long enough. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you watch the next episode, where we take down our first Gluckin. So I'll see you there, and this is Q, signing off.